Started off with, let me make it fun real quick. Dexter Lumis.
How's that fun? He's a stalker.
That's easy. Dexter Lumis is number 5 on my list. Given the way how Dexter Lumis returned, it was weird, but it was in a Dexter Lumis way. He's not supposed to be somebody that you get excited over. He's not somebody you're supposed to be like, oh my God. He's just somebody that's supposed to freak you out, creep you out. And that's what he's been doing. And not only that, but his segments have been entertaining. The dude hasn't said a word yet, and you can probably name a whole bunch of Dexter Lumis segments already. His segments with The Miz have been golden. He actually feels important to the product. Like, I remember there was one Raw where we didn't have Dexter Lumis, and then the entire group chat was like, yo, we didn't have Dexter tonight. You know what I'm saying? So if you can make yourself relevant to the product without saying a word, and even without even having a match, you're doing something right. So Dexter Lumis is entertaining. His character's entertaining. And he's doing a phenomenal job with his character. So he's number 5. I feel like he's actually had a big impact on Raw. I think people actually look forward to the Dexter Lumis segment. So he's number 5 on my list.
For me, he's 1 point below you. For me, he's at 6 right now, which I don't think he's not necessarily bad, necessarily good. Everything you described about Dexter Lumis is what I have in my opinion right now. He's killing it with the storyline with The Miz. The Miz is the perfect dancing partner for him because The Miz has that personality to sell him being stalked. Ergo, what he did with the Bray Wyatt shtick a while back when he was feuding with him. So I feel like, but at the same time, I feel like, there's still a little bit more to savor for Dexter Lumis. I feel like this is just the infancy of what we expect from him. So that's why I'm keeping him at 6 because I know he's going to get better within the tenure in Raw. I just don't want to overhype him to the point where, if he doesn't exceed my expectations, I don't want to feel like, I'm bored of him already. That's why I'm keeping him at 6.
It's valid.
Actually, you're audio.
You're mute, bro.
You're mute, bro.
You're mute, bro.
Actually, you're muted.
It happens. But so I guess we're just all going down one spot because I got Dexter at 7. Like I was telling you guys earlier, it's just for me, the way he came back, it was a little nah. The storyline is good, The Miz being someone who's at the top of the company, it is pretty funny seeing him. Like you guys did say, he did have his thing with Bray Wyatt, and at the end of the day, The Miz can make anything good.
Exactly.
I do want a match. I thought we were going to get the match. He probably would have been a little higher because I do want to see how that's gonna work out, but we're just gonna have to wait to see. So for right now, he's at 7.
So all of us are pretty different places, but kind of neutral in the same way. Where we don't want to overhype him to an extremity point. We want to see what else he can deliver, which I feel like is fair for Dexter Lumis because he's one of those guys that can be a hidden gem for WWE.
Hell yeah, definitely. All right, so I'm gonna kind of keep it in a way, you know what I mean? If you get what I'm saying. So next up, we got Candice.
Oh,
okay. For me, she is at number 9. The reason she's at number 9 is because she just got thrown into a meaningful segment. She did come off a big win against Bayley, but she just came back. There's nothing against her. She just came back. She's just really nothing going as of right now. She just finally got thrown into a storyline. I love Candice. Don't get me wrong. I love Candice. Just right now, it's just the fact she just came back. She's starting to actually get her stride going. So not against her. She's actually been putting on good matches since she's been back. So she's at 9, but that's only because she literally just came back like 3 weeks ago.
Honestly, you know what? You took the words right out of my mouth because I also have Candice LeRae at number 9. She just got here. We're still getting that fresh new, vibe of her. I know she's trying to straighten away from how she was in NXT. Nothing against her. She's an amazing talent, a phenomenal talent, but I still want more. And other people that are on our list, for me personally, have made a bigger impact than Candice herself. So, right now she's at 9. Her feuding with Bayley, and it's gonna be something amazing. The match is gonna be awesome, but I'm gonna wait until I see what happens, and maybe she'll possibly change my opinion in the future.
And we all agree so early. She's at 9 for me too. Return was kind of, unless you watch NXT, wasn't really that much for her. But the storylines that she's already in, the wins she's picked up already, little character development here or there. I want to hear her talk a lot more. That's one thing. I want to hear a lot more of that instead of just coming out the ring, fighting. And anywho, but yeah, I got her at 9. There's a lot more to see, and I'm just ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see what would be a fun one because I want to say, you know what? No, I'll save that one. Let's go. It's a good old
Oh,
That's man.
the
We're scratching.
monster of all monsters. Go ahead, Lewis. Where
We're
are you
scratching.
ranking Braun
We're
Strowman?
scratching my top three. I have him at number three. The reason why I have Braun Strowman is number one, when he came back, the pop was electric, right? We got the notification that he was set to return to WWE, then shows up the same day. Showed up, monster pop. Mind you, that Raw crowd in Kansas was dead. It was trash until he showed up. And then just the way how he came back, whooping everybody's ass. The dude's been undefeated. He just got thrown into a storyline with Omos, but it's just the way how Triple H has finally reinvented Braun Strowman. He's supposed to be a guy that just kicks your ass and just shows dominance. Not only that, but I feel like his biggest win coming back right now, he handed the Bloodline one of their first L's we've seen in a long time. You know what I'm saying? He was part of that team with the New Day that gave them the L. And that just shows how much protected Braun Strowman is, because if you're going to get a win over the Bloodline, then you're asserting your dominance. And Braun Strowman, he's been relevant to the product. Braun Strowman is still entertaining as we love him, and he's still destroying people. And he's they finally reinvented of what Braun Strowman was supposed to be. So I have him at three. He's been that guy.
well, would you look at that? We agree once again, Lewis.
Yeah.
Braun is also number 3 on my list. I was hesitant to where to put him, but then you said it best, bro. The way he returned that pop, I'm gonna say it on a very mid Kansas City crowd. His pop, I got to see him the week after he debuted when I was in LA, and when he beat up the Maximum Male Models, and the reaction of Masse and Mansois was the funniest thing because I got to see it in person. And the pop we gave him, bro, was insane. And like you said to himself, this is the monster we wanted to see. And not to mention, he had a hell of a match with Chad Gable. It wasn't necessarily a squash match. We got to see Braun hone his craft and show that, big men can wrestle too. And they have their style that works. And let's be honest, a big wrestler always has an amazing match with a smaller guy. And for me personally, this is one of the best matches I've seen Braun Strowman wrestle, and I can't wait to see him more. I feel like with Triple H in the helm, people think that Triple H only focuses on the indie darlings and the high flyers and those technical genius wrestlers. But no, he knows the business. He knows how big men are supposed to wrestle. He does his homework, and he's putting Braun in a platform that I feel like maybe down the line we'll see him as maybe Universal Champion again or WWE Champion if they split up the titles.
Hell yeah.
This wasn't supposed to happen, man. I want arguments. Braun Strowman, number 3. Listen, bro. Like y'all said, that crowd was dry, man. And it wasn't even when Braun, listen, everyone saw that car that was flipped over. And that's when, even if that had nothing to do with Braun, it was just wait a second. We got the report. Braun might come back. A car is randomly flipped over. Nah. And then when bro, come. Had a great match with Chad Gable. He's doing his little stuff here and there. Got that win over the Bloodline with the New Day. I was there live. That was
and he's gonna have a battle of the Giants with Omos.
The crowd live, yeah. Everybody was like, "Oh, Big E," but when it was Braun, he's where he's supposed to be right now. And now we're getting the monster of all monsters against a Titan and
the Nigerian giant.
The only thing that I'm not a fan of,
helping bring somebody that's doing absolutely nothing back to TV now.
The only thing I'm not a fan of Braun Strowman is those piercings. Those piercings are still kind of to me.
Listen, I grew up watching A-Train Albert, so
if that's Raquel's kink, by all means, girl, you do you.
I can't with you, bro. All right, next one on the list. We all gonna agree on this one, but it is what it is. Sarah Logan, go ahead.
10. The one thing I'll say though, she is doing a very good job with the vignettes with the Viking Raiders. I think the Viking Raiders are finally being reinvented and finally feeling like they're worth the fuck again. So she's done a really good job at that, but we haven't seen her in the ring. We haven't even seen her face yet. We all know it's Sarah fucking Logan, but that's the one thing I'll say that she's doing really good on though. And who knows? Maybe she could be a mouthpiece for the Viking Raiders and help them out. Who knows? But
that's what I'm seeing it. That's what I'm seeing it as well as a 10 as well. Much like Lewis said, all she's been doing is having those vignettes where she's hyping up the Viking Raiders, and rightfully so. Her hubby is one of the Viking Raiders, so it makes sense that she's doing it. If it's another case of where she's going to be the valet or the voice of the Viking Raiders, I'll be happy for that position she's at. She was never necessarily bad in the ring, but as of right now, I haven't seen her wrestle. All I've heard is her voice. I haven't seen her full embodiment presence, so there's nothing much I could say other than, you're at 10 because, you haven't done much for us to see what you're bringing into the table.
Yeah.
Like I said, we all agree again. She got to be 10 for me. Just on the, we don't even see her face yet. Like you guys said, we're only hearing her voice. We know it's going to uplift the Viking Raiders when they come back and everything like that. But as of right now, we just know that she's there.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Exactly.
So it's got to be at a 10. I mean,
all right, what's next?
No offense to her. All right, you know what? I think it's time.
No.
Ooh.
The Good Brothers.
All right. So the OC, man. They're at number 8 for me. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's kind of like a same situation with kind of like a Candice LeRae in a sense. They just got here. But what puts them above people like Candice LeRae and Sarah Logan is the fact that they're already thrown into a meaningful storyline. They came back big ass pop, already put on bangers. They had 2 wins in 1 week. They showed up on Raw, won, showed up on NXT and won. They've already been put on meaningful storylines already. They're already in this thing with Judgment Day. They're doing their thing. I just feel like the people that are ahead of them, they just been here longer and then they've been doing more. But the OC gonna be climbing, bro. They're gonna be climbing. But it ain't no disrespect to the OC being at number 8. They just got here. They just got thrown into a meaningful storyline. They've been putting on good matches so far from what we've seen in a short time. But they're number 8 for me.
This is where I disagree with you, buddy. I have the OC at number 4.
Ooh,
wow.
I know that is high, but I'm looking at this from another broader perspective. Carl Anderson is currently the never openweight champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's the current champ there. He's still obligated to wrestle some tours for Japan. But for me, I see it like this. What if the Good Brothers are that little key for a possible, I hate to say it, but the forbidden door for the biggest dream collaboration everyone has wanted? People said, oh, AEW New Japan was a dream collaboration. No, WWE and New Japan has been the dream collaboration everyone has wanted to see. And I feel like with Triple H in the helm, I'm pretty sure he's willing to open that opportunity. And Carl Anderson is that guy with the Good Brothers. And not to mention, like you said to himself, already having meaningful feuds with the Judgment Day. They're starting that up, and they're right now teaming up with AJ Styles, elevating AJ Styles to a main event storyline without having to sacrifice, his role as, what if we put him in a championship match and just for him to lose? No, he's in a big storyline feel, which in his helm makes sense. Faction versus faction. This is what some of the best storylines are when one group is facing another for superiority. And who are the best people to be at AJ's side other than the Good Brothers? And there may be a possibility that, the Good Brothers turn on AJ because, remember, Finn was the original Bullet Club leader, and those two originally answered to Finn Balor. So it's a possibility that could be where the storyline is heading, and then, who knows? Maybe other Bullet Club members will show up, and the Forbidden Door will open up more, and we'll have another, what we wanted to see, a Bullet Club Civil War in WWE and New Japan, an actual one that makes sense, having all the leaders. I know Omega and the Bucks aren't there, but either way, it's still going to be a meaningful feud. And that's why I have the Good Brothers at number 4, because of the potential they could bring up and possibly have being the keys to the Forbidden Door.
I respect it.
Well, I got them at 100 now. Let me stop.
This guy.
We're cracking my top 5 again. I got them at the 5 spot. I'm a guy who loves shock value. I'm a guy who keeps up with storylines, and I'm just like, when we knew AJ was going to continue feuding with the Judgment Day, there was always that, who the hell is going to be, who's going to help him?
Yeah.
We thought Ray left. And so now it's even like, no, Triple H, for them to really have come back to WWE, that shock value was ridiculous, bro. It's like what everybody felt. You just look at Finn's face. That's really that's how it was, bro. These are 2 dudes who left, One of them was bashing WWE almost every damn day, had Twitter beef with all WWE fans. Like, and like Alex said, he's a champion in another promotion, bro.
Hell yeah.
And he's rumored to have to defend that title the same day he has to go and have the match in Saudi Arabia, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, and this wasn't cheap. These two were not cheap.
I came back on big money deals.
Big, bro. Triple H knows what the people want, bro. And again, like with Finn included, this could have the potential to go so many ways, bro. So many ways.
Yes, exactly.
As a potential OC join Judgment Day. Finn leaves Judgment Day to go back to the
form the
club.
club. Yeah.
I mean, so much shit.
And then they're big enough to want Triple H to have them have a match on NXT. And they were entertaining as hell. They're not just there for the matches. They're entertaining as hell, bro.
Hell yeah.
This is Festus right here, bro. This is Festus. This man can
He's
do
not
it.
lying. That's Festus.
That is Festus.
Bro.
That's Festus. That's fake. That's fake Kane. That's fake Kane.
Entertaining as hell. That's why mainly it's got a lot to do with shock value, but that's why they're at number 5, bro. Like I still can't believe it. And then again, when I found out he was a champion, I'm like, bro, like what?
But yeah, like I said, the possibility of that forbidden door, because I'm gonna say it right now, because I know AEW has that little alliance with New Japan. But if WWE says, hey, we'll work with you, but we don't want you to do business with AEW, do you think they're gonna hesitate? What do you think they're gonna care about more? Putting people like, because if they make the deal with WWE, you know, people like Naito, Okada, Tanahashi, Jay White are going to be presented in a better format on Raw or SmackDown if that forbidden door happens. But people getting more broader views, you can be like, yo, who's this Okada? Who's Tanahashi? Who's Naito? Who's the Bullet Club? Who's LIJ?
Tomohiro Ishii could finally get a win for once.
Yeah. They'll do that, and I'll be like, and it'll be a possibility because you know WWE has that power, especially now that we know that that company knows Triple H is under the helm. They know they'll have a collaboration where like, hey, this is how our guys are gonna work. You get these wins here, we get these wins here. All stars will look great. No one looks ridiculous.
Hell yeah! All right. That was our first spicy one, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, we gonna get spicier with this, man.
Oh lordy!
Yes, we are. Lewis,
Dakota Kai is number 2 on my list.
What?
Whoa! You lying?
Dakota Kai number 2 on my list, man. Just think of it this way: Shorty was released and comes back at SummerSlam and gets a nice pop. For a person that was only featured on NXT, she got a nice pop coming back at SummerSlam. And not to mention,
which is not a big. I'm pretty sure not big indie or NXT crowd.
None of that. They don't know who the fuck she is, and she got a nice pop. You know what I'm saying? And then immediately thrown into a faction with Io and Bailey, and then just forming a tag team with Io. And honestly, like, I'm gonna be so serious. They're on pace to be the best women's tag team of all time. They have not had one bad match yet. I want to say undefeated as a tag team, but the whole bullshit finish that happened. They have a hot streak. They've held the women's tag titles. They felt relevant to the product. They're actually elevating the Raw women's roster because, quite honestly, Bianca's amazing, but she hasn't had anybody to, since Becky, she hasn't had really anybody to really work with for a long period of time and to actually still put on meaningful storylines. And Damage Control, like Dakota and Damage Control are the center of all of that. She's shown up on Raw. They're showing up on SmackDown, and they're getting wins, and they're making the women's tag team division relevant. And not to mention Clash at the Castle, they got a big dub. They were one of the first people to beat Bianca. You know what I'm saying? It's just the hot streak they've been on, especially with Dakota coming back. The hot streak she's been on with Damage Control and winning the women's tag titles and just not losing that much. She's only lost, I believe, twice. She's been here and she's been like the women's tag matches have actually been decent. They've actually been pretty good. And she's just Dakota, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's actually doing her thing. So I have her at 2, man. I have her at 2. Well, reinventing the women's division. She's going crazy.
Well, another disagreement with you, me brother. I have her at number 5.
That's not bad.
I have her at number 5. You made me switch up 2 people right now when you were having this conversation. And you had to make me rethink her. I originally had her at 6, but you made me bump her up. by one. The reason I'm keeping her at dang stack in the middle is A, she's getting the hot streak that I didn't expect that she was gonna get. She comes to the main roster and already 3 weeks in she wins a title. 3 weeks after debuting, maybe a month after debuting I'm getting a return to the main roster. That's insane. And like you said to herself, she's on a hot streak with Io Shirai, and Damage Control could be arguably, possibly the most dominant female faction as well in WWE history. But I'm keeping her at 5 because there's that always that possibility of once they lose the belts or they separate, what's going to happen? Do I see her as a contender for the titles? Absolutely, no question about it. But do I see her winning it? That's the thing. Is she going to be the breakout star of Damage Control? Because we already know Bayley's established, Bayley's astonishing, but will Dakota break out of the shadow of Damage Control once the story runs out and it sets its course, and we got to do something new with Dakota? That's where I'm at. Is she going to be the breakout star of Damage Control? If so, I will look forward to seeing her championship reigns. Until then, I'm keeping her in the middle because I'm also looking at it in the long run in the future. What's going to happen to Dakota Kai after it's over? But her killing it, awesome. I'm a fan. She's also mommy, but I digress. Go.
All right, so this is why I want everybody who will be watching this to hear this. This is why I don't like that Lewis is no longer on social medias that have anything to do with wrestling. This is why I am waiting and taking, he's taking his time. I understand that, but I cannot wait until he gets back on the Chop Shop Wrestling page because, bro, this man made me do a whole switcheroony-doony to my list.
See, to me too.
Because when I'm listening to this man, the OC was 5. I just bumped him down to 6. And now Dakota Kai is at 5. Because I can't be a hypocrite. I really can't. And when I say shock value,
she was gone.
She was gone. She was gone. She was gone.
Released.
Mind you, shock value enough that I didn't get to see that. That was the one part of SummerSlam that I missed because I was knocked out. So I had to go back because I couldn't believe it. Wait, Dakota Kai. Okay, Io Sky, I'm pretty sure she was still there, but they just didn't know what they were going to do with her and everything. But wait, Dakota Kai? Wasn't she just like? And then you put it with Bayley. You put it with Io Sky, who they had nothing for. Now they're on the main roster, and they're killing it, man.
They are.
I'm one of the biggest Bianca fans, bro. And it's like I'm happy that, like Lewis said, where was she gonna go after Becky? And here it is. You could even, like you guys said, once it runs its course, what's gonna happen? I see Dakota as a single star. I've never seen somebody get me so hyped over doing like a freaking handstand kick. Like it's like just the way she executes it is amazing. It's just matches. Yeah, that little whatever. She wasn't the legal person. I don't count that out. I'm sorry. That's bullcrap. It's just wow. One of the reasons why Bianca was pinned, whatever, if you want to say that, was pinned for the first time in God knows how long. That match, they're 1-0 as a trio. That's another thing. As a faction, they're 1-0. And it's just the potential is there. And again, that's why I had to move it up because Lewis just things he said, it just made sense. And I'm just like, bro, wait, yeah, he's right. I got to move her up one more spot because it's just she hasn't lost.
Exactly.
Bro, like I said, like, bro, he rubbing his hands like Birdman. It's okay. You can do that.
Yeah, because he made a switcheroo. You know what, bro? Because of what you said, bro, no, and most stuff you said, guess what you're making me do now? Wow. Dakota number 4, Good Brothers number 5.
It's tough. It's tough how to rank these two. Everybody has different criterias, but the way just Dakota's been, like, if you're going by shock value, she had that. If we're going by match value, she had that. If we're going by storyline values, she has that. She's been one of the main focuses in the women's division, and I'm not saying it's only her. All the credit, I'm including Damage Control together, but it's the fact that she's a part of that, and it's also the fact that everybody in that faction doesn't feel like second fiddle, third fiddle. Like we know Bayley's the leader, but everybody has their own individual purpose in that group.
The way you see this, here's how I see it. Bayley's the mouthpiece. Let's be honest with that. She's the mouthpiece of the group, right?
Yeah.
Io's the workhorse, the in ring general for that faction. But Dakota, her aura, her charisma, her attitude, she brings that personality to Damage Control with very minimal that she does. Yeah, Bailey does all the talking, but how Dakota carries herself is very entertaining. Both how she puts on her attire, it's drawing to see like, yo, this person, she dresses like a star, she's acting like a star. When is this her? When it's gonna be her turn to be the next star?
Not to mention, she's like Damage Control is rumored to be in the first ever women's war games on the main roster, and that's more history they can add to their belt.
Yeah,
that's more history.
Yeah.
That is true.
And it builds that aura because look, that's another thing for Bailey as well as her. Like, hey, I was in the first ever Iron Women match in NXT. Now I'm going to be in the first ever female War Games. Say less for the main roster because we've already seen it in NXT, but seeing the War Games on the main roster, she's going to be the first.
Damn straight.
Can't wait to see that live. Woohoo! All right, now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. All right, so. Can't wait to hear this one from y'all. Let's get it.
No,
okay.
Bad.
All right. I have Hit Row number 6, just below Dexter Lumis. I was really debating whether to put Dexter Lumis or Hit Row, who to put on top of each other, but Hit Row's entertaining. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, what you racist fucks have to say. I don't give a fuck. Hit Row's entertaining. All right. Just the way they came back. It's just always that shock value. You know what I'm saying? If you're going by shock value, they had that. It's like, whoa, like Hit Row's back, but Hit Row's dope. The backstage segments, they got Shinsuke drinking champagne. They got him lit, and then there's segments with the Street Profits, and then not to mention they're not a bad tag team in the ring. They can go. They're finally putting into a meaningful storyline with Legado del Fantasma, which if you're going back to the NXT days, that rivalry was fire. You know what I'm saying? So, we're actually scratching the surface on what Hit Row can do on the, when the spotlight is on them, when they're the main focal point of the SmackDown tag division, because quite frankly, the Usos ain't doing shit right now. But, Hit Row, they're living up to their hype. And, a lot of people had their doubts when, where they would be at, without Swerve. And I think they're exceeding expectations, to be honest. But they're number 6 for me. They're number 6. Entertaining segments, decent matches. They just got to scratch the surface on what they can do.
Well, would you look at that, Lewis? Another agreement that we have here, because I also have Hit Row number 6. I'm going to be honest with you. Seeing that return, hearing that theme, I'm like, yo, no. Obviously, a lot of people were Debbie Downers because, Swerve wasn't with them. I wasn't a Debbie Downer. I was more curious, like, I want to see what direction I want to see what direction they were going to go without Swerve. I wanted to see what they were going to do, and Top Dollar being the mouthpiece for the faction, he's been delivering as the mouthpiece for that group right now. And then, like you said so themselves, the matches have been decent. The backstage segments they've been having is entertaining with Shinsuke, the Street Profits. It's the same scenario as you. They have yet to scratch the surface. Are they entertaining? Absolutely. But we know that there's some untapped potential with them. And the fact that they're refeuding with Legado del Fantasma on the main roster, I'm pretty sure that's going to elevate them to higher degrees. And then possibly in the near future, we're going to see them as champions.
And also, but before Axe goes, my fault, Axe. Before Axe goes, it's also the stuff that Hit Row does internally. Like, without Hit Row, who knows if we get LA Knight back? Like, they were part of that story on why LA Knight is back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not to mention, when I say entertainment value, I'm not even talking about the segments. Top Dollar out here making fucking diss tracks, bro. He out here making diss tracks to Legado del Fantasma, bro.
Those are promos.
He's out here making diss tracks, man.
Diss tracks.
Go ahead, Axe. I just had to specify what I meant.
Here's my number 1.
I got Hit Row at number 4. Listen, man. For one reason, you guys could say, the shock value, but it's the fact that they came back with BFAB. Because whether people want to admit it or not, when they first were there and she left, it was nothing. Everybody said not the same with Swerve. It wasn't the same without her either, bro.
Yeah.
It's just that meaningful shit that I see. But then again, shock value. Now you guys know, I know Top Dollar, whatever. when we saw the rumor reports, obviously I hit him up and whatever, and he just simply said, damn, like why do people make reports like this and all that? He never really specified like if it was
He never
true.
confirmed or denied. He never confirmed or denied.
Like people just be talking, and it's like, so it was still a shock value for me, bro, to hear that hit, bro. Like, bro. Now let's get to the uplifting. Maximum Male Models. Ain't nobody give a damn about them, bro. We all wanted LA Knight back. They didn't really have a way to do that until you get into the Hit Row. You get them into the stuff with the Street Profits, who also we were like, damn, they're about to break them up. Damn, what the? That gave the Street Profits more time to like, okay, so they won't, give them some off-screen time. They're still together. We don't got to worry about the separation, bro. They got Shinsuke. They got Drew Gulak. They got people doing the backstage segments that I like from the Attitude Era with the APA, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody with their, they're corny. Oh, this and that. Like, bro, if it's not for you, that's cool. Not everything is going to be for you. But it's for the people that you see in the audience that's dancing with the bro. That's who that's for. Not everything is going to be for you, bro. So not, shit, bro, or all this, bro. Honestly, keep your opinions to yourself, because there's a lot of people for me, and I don't go that extent. Like, and then the video I wish I made, because I said it once I heard the rumor that Legato was getting called up. I said, bro, they have to do that feud again. It's perfect. Bro, and when I'm there live at motherfucking SmackDown, bro, they did it, and the potential is there, bro. Top Dollar and Ashante as a tag team. You got Selena now that's part of this, that who can help out B-Fab with her in-ring work. Because everything else she got, bro. She just needs, and they never really gave her that person. They put her with a green person when they were back at NXT when what's her name?
Elektra Lopez.
They were both green, and then it's like, bro, that's not gonna develop anybody. Now it's like, there you go. You got Zelina, bro. Come on. The potential's there. They're future tag team champions. It's just, I'm glad they're back. That's why they got number 4, bro. It's just, and Swerve not being there has absolutely nothing to do with it, because I know at the end of the day, he wanted to do his own thing. They all chose to stick together. They did their indie shit, Hitmakers, all that. So that ain't got nothing to do with it, bro.
And it's like you said, it's just the fact what they've done just internally for people backstage, like bringing back LA Knight, you know what I'm saying? And then, we thought Street Profits were going to end up breaking up, and they give Street Profits more time. It's like, there's just more things that just factor, how great Hit Row is, because of course they haven't done a lot in the ring already. You know what I'm saying? They're mainly supposed to be entertaining backstage, people. They got to go in the ring when they got to go in the ring. But when you look at it from a bigger picture, how they helped out WWE so far, like, you can't hate on that. You know what I'm saying? You can't hate on that.
And look, we don't know if it's going to be a call up or somebody that hasn't had any screen time, but they about to have a mystery tag team partner next week. Well, this week.
Who could probably be a member of Hit Row.
Who knows? But that's another thing that's helping out the bro. It's like, you guys got to really look at everything. And I'm not
talking. If it's Carmelo Hayes, y'all in trouble. Just saying.
If it's Melo, bro, I mean, because B-Fab got an idea. She got an idea. I don't know what it is, but she got an idea.
Yeah.
But like I said, nitty gritty, we really getting there. Lewis,
we're almost there.
I'm glad you're first, because you know who's.
Rebel Heart, this Rebel Heart.
Johnny, yeah.
I'm the biggest Gargano fan anybody knows. You know what I'm saying? He's not high on my list at all. He's number 7. The reason he's number 7 is because Johnny Gargano so far has been used as a guy who's just going to get the crowd going. Great matches. That's it. That's all he's been used for. Great matches. He's been put in the Dexter Lumis storyline with The Miz. And he had the little thing with Theory, which I felt like that match kind of was a little bit too quick. I don't know. I feel like Theory lost a little bit too fast. I kind of expected more of that match. But Johnny Gargano has only been used for match purposes so far, which is not a bad thing. It's like the crowd is dead. Let's send Johnny out there, get the crowd going, because he knows how to get the crowd going with his matches. That's what Johnny Gargano has been used for. We all know Johnny Gargano's entertaining. I don't care what the fuck you guys say. You can go back to his segments in NXT. That's all the proof I need. But he's only just been using for match of the night purposes. And quite honestly, like 9 times out of 10, if he's on the main card for for the shows, he's gonna have the best match. And that's me being unbiased. He will have the best match. That's just because how good he is. Chad Gable, that was match of the night. You know what I'm saying? The 6-man tag match on SmackDown he had, that was match of the night. The tag match with Kevin Owens against Alpha Academy, that was match of the night. He's going to have match of the night matches. The only reason he's just not high on my list is because he just got thrown into storylines. All right, you need to be thrown into some storylines and shit, and pick up some big wins. Johnny Gargano has picked up big wins, but for now he's only been used as a match of the night guy, which is not bad at all. The crowd is dead. Send Johnny out there; he gonna get it going. But he's at number 7 for me just for that reason.
My turn. Everything's the exact same reason for you, Lewis, but he's at number 8 for me.
Okay.
I feel like you said so yourself. You nailed it in the cup. And right now, Gargano is just that guy that's just gonna deliver the best matches of the night, and that's it. I haven't seen him be in something meaningful. He's just like, we need a good match. Johnny, you're up. You're never gonna have a good match. You can have the quote unquote. He can wrestle a broomstick and he'll have an amazing match. And that's what kind of bothers me because I know there's a lot of potential. We've seen what Gargano could be. He can either be the most beloved underdog, the most sympathetic babyface you've ever seen on the planet, or he can be this weasel of a heel when he was with the way. We've seen it.
Just shows his versatility.
Yeah, but I haven't seen that yet. And I'm like, Triple H, you've had him before. You know what he does. You've seen his resume in person. But until then, I'm keeping him at 8 just because he has amazing matches. That's about it.
I want it to be known that Johnny could have easily been 1 or 2.
Could have.
Because that shock value, me waking up, missing Raw, I watched the first match and then I went to sleep and I woke up a first time and I'm like, I forgot what the match was. Went back to sleep. I woke up. I'm like, let me just see what's going on. It's commercial. And you just hear the clapping of Rebel Heart. That shock value was ridiculous. But what's ridiculous is the meaningless storylines that you've been putting Johnny Gargano in and only using him as a basically wrestler of the match of the night. And it's like you had it there with Theory. Even if Gargano was really the only person I would have been okay with if the whole briefcase taking thing would have been done, because all you Theory haters, you don't know the history between Gargano and bro, it's magic. Again, like Lewis said, the match was too quick. Theory losing, I'm okay with because, again, it makes sense. But to do that, to bring him down to somebody who's just blowing a whistle, Lewis is going to hate me for saying it, but it's like now he's just blowing a whistle. Now, and a part of another storyline where it's like, what's the purpose of that, bro? You even had the chance to do that little thing where it was Kevin Owens and Theory, and nothing has come of it. Are you waiting? Like really, what is it? And that's why he's at 8 for me, bro. He's just, it's like it hurts. He could have easily been 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, besides match of the night, there's really nothing there.
Yep.
I will not deny the fact that that's probably one of the most surprising ones because y'all came off a commercial motherfucking break.
Rebel Heart hits.
Just playing Rebel Heart. Bro, I thought he already came out or something. I thought he was having a match, and then I saw him fully clothed. I'm like, bro, this ain't happening right now. What?
With Johnny, there's still, there's always still, that untapped potential there, like Hit Row. There's still a lot of stuff he can do. He got thrown into the storyline with Dexter, and if you watched NXT, you already know his history with Dexter. That's still his son-in-law, technically. I think eventually the storyline's gonna get a lot better once Indy gets called up. I think they're gonna try to secretly form, not officially form the way, but still have the segments with the way. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think is gonna happen. But what I truly believe is next for Gargano in terms of big things is they're gonna form DIY. Ciampa's gonna be repackaged.
And the funny thing is, And before, and this ain't my fault because we haven't seen that man on TV in like almost 2-3 weeks. But now I just realized now Gargano's in that little storyline with The Miz. Is that the way to, as you said, DIY? Are we finally going to get it? Because I didn't even realize. Again, he hasn't been. Tommaso hasn't been on TV. I don't remember the last time really.
It's been like 2 months.
I didn't even know it was like almost 2 months, and that's what I'm saying. Like, is this the way? But
think the last time we saw him was that steel cage match when Miz faced Lashley.
That's right.
I think that's the last time. I think that's like the last time we saw Ciampa on TV.
That's crazy.
But he probably getting repackaged, like I said, because they just wrote off Alexa Bliss and Asuka, and who knows? They're going back to their old characters. Who knows?
Only time will tell. Speaking of, and it's funny. I just love how things work. Speaking of time. Again, I'm happy Lewis goes first because
man,
not only did we get Karrion back, we got both Karrion and Scarlett together on the main roster. Lewis, give it to him, man.
As you only know, I'm probably the biggest Karrion fan y'all know. You know what I'm saying? This goes into my bias, and you know, I'm okay with saying I'm biased because I actually got points to back it up with. Karrion's number one. Karrion has been the best return Triple H has had so far. Why is Karrion number one? First of all, the man has had 2 matches so far. But let's look back. Let's look past the 2 matches for a second. All the segments that he's been in from since he returned, attacking Drew McIntyre and then putting the clock on Roman Reigns and Scarlett putting the clock on Roman Reigns, that immediately showed like, yo, like for the people who didn't know who Karrion was, it's like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? Why is he going after Roman? He just beat the shit out of Drew. Like, what's going on? But for the people that did watch NXT, we're like, yo, Karrion is top 3 on SmackDown at that time. But Karrion top 3 on SmackDown off rip. He just beat the shit out of Drew and he going after Roman? And then look at the vignettes. Look at the vignettes, bro. Whatever, however the fuck you say it.
Vignettes.
Just vignettes, whatever, promo segments, that whatever. Just the shit that he's been doing, man. Like the story with Drew has been good. He's been going after Drew, bringing back the Chosen One. You know what I'm saying? Calling him the Chosen One and just going after Drew because Drew was handpicked. Go back to Karrion's promo. If you don't understand the people he's going after the guys that were chosen, that were handpicked, while him and his wife were sent away. Were just shipped away because they weren't chosen. That's the whole story right now. And he's been doing that since he's debuted. And he didn't forget about Roman Reigns. He's going to get Roman Reigns. But the whole story with Drew has been phenomenal. Now, if we look at his matches, nothing but dominance. He's assured his dominance. Probably not the way NXT Karrion was, but NXT is a lot different because, you know, they're a lot smaller. So it was easier for him to assure dominance. But Karrion's undefeated right now. He just beat Drew, the biggest win of his career, in a strap match at a premium live event at Extreme Rules. He's had a big win. He's one of the top heels within the company. His vignettes have been amazing. Like, his character work has been top tier. Like, he has been the best return. The man's undefeated, just beat Drew, and has been having some of the best segments on SmackDown. I don't care. Karrion is number 1. He's that guy. Karrion and Scarlett, excuse me. I love you, Scarlett. We love you. Karrion and Scarlett are number 1. Go ahead, Alex.
So, me with Karrion, come on, you already know. Much like you, my boy, he's number 1. Who else has had a return from these guys better than Karrion? This guy went after the top 2 guys of the company, not the roster. The entire company, he beat the number 2 guy. Yes, I'm sorry. Drew McIntyre is the number 2 guy. He beat him in a match, a strap match, a hardcore match. They put that presence that, you know, Karrion is a viable threat. And not to mention with the clock is ticking for Roman's reign. Will it happen? Who knows? But there's that threat. There's that possible threat that Karrion could dethrone Roman. He's the biggest what if. What if it's Karrion that's going to dethrone Roman? The aura he's carrying himself as a top guy, because the last time we saw him, he was wearing BDSM armor. I'm sorry, not sorry. He was wearing bondage. And I'm like, people were shitting on him. And I was too. I'm like, this is not the Karrion I saw in NXT. Only to see him how he is now, I'm like, the possibilities are endless for this guy. There's a reason why in NXT, Triple H skyrocketed him to the main event scene so quickly, and he's doing the same thing now in SmackDown. He sees something in Karrion that obviously you and me see, Lewis, because he caught our attention. We know what we're seeing with Karrion Kross. Maybe Axel will agree. Maybe he won't. Who knows? He'll say it after his take. But at the end of the day, he's number one. This is the best return that Triple H signed.
Hi.
Disma.
All right, so I guess this is the only place where we're gonna the last place, obviously, where we're gonna not agree. I got him at 10. Now let me stop. You guys already know my 10. I got him at 2. Listen, I get everything y'all saying. I really do. I really do, because ain't nobody gonna tell me other than Lewis who knows how I reacted, because Lewis is the reason why I watch Karrion. Lewis is the only reason I know who Karrion Kross is. Again, I was asleep. I woke up after everything, and all I saw was messages from Karrion. I'm like, bro, ain't no way in motherfucking hell.
It's crazy as fuck.
And I go back and watch it. And like y'all said, he came after Drew. And again, they do things that you tend to forget, which I do forget. I did forget that Scarlett did put the clock in the ring, and that is for Roman. And that and I mean, that's on me, but that's still soon to come. The matches with Drew, bro. I mean, the only downside about anything with him and Drew is them little fireballs and the pepper spray. I mean, other than that, Scarlett in general, bro, they did what they should have done when he first came to the main roster. It was supposed to be him and Scarlett, bro. They're a package together. It's platinum, bro. Just them. It's just amazing. It's like you can't have one without the other. And just the way he came back, bro. All the light, it went white and black. Scarlett's over there. For y'all who didn't know, that's on y'all. And then just out of nowhere, it's Karrion Kross. Lewis always jokes about that part because it was just on point.
It's like he forgot. It's like, is that Karrion Kross? Oh, that's my line. Oh, and it goes back to whooping his ass.
And it's just I mean, and he's up there, bro, on SmackDown. And besides, yes, because of it was just it being Jeff Hardy. Otherwise, I done already forgot about that shit. Triple H has done an amazing job that I have, other than me just remembering it because Jeff Hardy was a part of it. I done forgot about that shit, bro. I don't remember him being called up. I don't remember the whatever Alex said that this.
You remember no more words though.
Yeah, I do. But I remember Karrion's reaction when Jeff came out to No More Words. I don't remember the rope. Besides just that. I don't remember none of that bullshit, bro. I don't remember when they try to have Karrion in the back with the black suit trying to be like whoever they try to have him. It's like, bro, I don't remember none of it. It's just, it's been perfect. And I can't wait to see. But again, he is number 2, and you guys are gonna understand why after who comes up, why that person's number 1. But I do agree with everything y'all said though. Every single thing. 100%. But again, the only downside I see is them little fireballs in the pepper spray.
Also with Karrion, yo, like I've seen a lot of people saying, like he can't win the ring. Let me put something out there. Karrion is not a guy that's supposed to be putting match of the night candidates or whatever. He's supposed to be a guy that makes you feel something. If you look back at that strap match, I'm sorry. If you think that match was bad, you're fucking delusional. Is Karrion the best in-ring worker in the world? No. Is he even a top 10 performer in WWE? No, he's not a top 10 performer. But what he does is he makes the viewers feel something. In all of his matches, he will brutalize his opponents. He brutalized Drew. They both brutalized each other. That shows his toughness. He's going to show you his toughness, and he has. He showed you his character work. The dude is top 5 in character work. I don't care. He's top 5 in segments. I don't care. He's one of those guys that makes you feel something. And the dude can still go in the ring. Just because he's not a top 10 performer in his own company don't mean he can't perform. He can. He showed that with Drew. And he's going to show it again, that crown jewel. He's proving everybody wrong.
I mean, I can't disagree with that. I can't.
It's the Puerto Rican God. Respect him.
Scary motherfucking Kross.
It's Puerto Rican God. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Nah,
last...
I did say randomly, but there is the reason why this man is the last one up. We all know why. Lewis shocked the world.
Say it.
This is where the three of us, is probably going to disagree. But that's okay. We can always agree to disagree.
Okay.
Bray Wyatt is number 4 on my list. Why is Bray Wyatt number 4? Well, first of all, the motherfucking QR codes were a bitch to scan, but they were great though. They were great. You can find it on social media. Even if you didn't scan it, you can find it on social media. I feel like the buildup was great. The buildup is great, and the character work he's doing is amazing. We expect that shit from Bray Wyatt. It's just kind of like the same thing with Candice and Sarah Logan and the OC. Just got here, just got back, and even though he's done a lot, with the buildup, with the character work and shit, and just him returning, that pop was enormous, fucking enormous. But he just came back, and we're still scratching the surface of this man's brain in terms of creativity. Like I'm pretty sure y'all called that phone number. That shit was weird as fuck. I don't want to hear that shit again. But it's just the fact that he just came back and just chill out. It's just the fact that he came back. But his buildup was phenomenal. If we're talking about buildups, probably one of the greatest buildups in wrestling history. I don't care. But just the fact he came back, no matches yet, none of that nature. But he just came back. But Bray Wyatt's a number 4 for me because of that. Can't put him ahead of Strowman, Kai, and Karrion. Sorry.
Bray Wyatt is number 2 for me.
It's valid.
Okay.
Return was that presentation for that return was amazing. It was astonishing. It was really well crafted, and that promo that Bray had, that was a very emotional promo where you didn't see the Eater of Worlds, you didn't see the new face of fear, you didn't see the Fiend, you didn't see Mr. Rogers, you saw Wyndham Rotunda spewing his heart out without him breaking character of some sort. He was still in character, but at the same time you knew it was him in real life speaking his heart out. Because the people we this is one person that, let's be honest, we all cohesively got heated when Vince let him go. This is one person we're like what did he do?
Alex,
of all people to release, why'd you release him?
It's a podcast, bro.
Yeah.
Our boy C-Dub.
There was a podcast about that. Like, why would you release this man? I'm like, this man was one of your highest merch sellers when he was the Fiend. And you put him in a pedestal of fucking greater proportions just for him to be like, released 2 days, maybe 3 days after that WrestleMania match that he had with Randy Orton? Like, how could you do that?
Was the most gutted person in the group chat. That's his favorite wrestler.
Now that he's back, this is how you know that Triple H knows what he wants and what he knows what's best for the company, but what the fans want at the same time. Because Bray Wyatt's that wrestler. Not only is he a hot commodity for the company, but he's also that persona and personality that'll draw us back into the product and new fans to the product, especially fans that are into that mystery, suspense, and horror genre. He can bring that niche market through Bray Wyatt, and it'll work. That's why I have him at number 2 and not number 1, because I haven't seen him have any matches yet or a meaningful feud. We're just seeing him just being thrown back into the mold, into the stratosphere. So right now, Bray Wyatt's at number 2, which I'm positively sure he could be number 1. Who knows?
It's that aura you talk about too. Bray Wyatt has just this aura that you just can't feel out. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I rank Bray Wyatt is I think he's the number 2 guy, the number 2 guy in the company. I think he's behind Roman Reigns in terms of superstar value. Like there's nobody in the wrestling business like Bray Wyatt. Like how people say there's not another Roman Reigns in the wrestling business. There's not another Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is a once in a lifetime creative genius.
Yep.
Go ahead, X. My bad.
No. If you got any more to say, you could go ahead, bro.
No, I'm chilling. I said what I had to say.
Because I'm about to go off. So if either one of y'all got more to say, just
go off. Go off, sis.
Go ahead, man. Flow yours.
Before I even say this, I always give acknowledgement to those who I know are way higher than me in fandom. Shout out to C-Dub. But I'm biased as hell when I put Bray Wyatt.
Division.
As well. You could even put Unicorn Gotham around there. But I'm biased as hell when it comes to this one, bro. because again, you guys know me personally. I continue to tell you guys the same fucking story. Last time I kept up with WWE by really watching it was 2016. After that, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, whenever I had the time. It was Fiend versus Randy Orton. Because remember, before we even had this Fiend, we was having wrestling in the goddamn Performance Center. I tried. I did. I gave it my all to try, but I could not watch it. Even when the Thunderdome came, it was this feud with the Fiend and Randy Orton that brought me back and kept me back. I haven't taken a break since, bro. So when this man got released, after them already fucking up the storyline that brought me back, which Alex remembers how mad I was. I had a random podcast with these dudes, random as hell. I needed it because waking up to that and seeing that bullshit, it made no sense. Like Alex said, top merch, everything, bro. The character, everything, man. You had it right there. There's no other Roman Reigns. There's no other Bray Wyatt. He can do it all. Now let's get back to, I just got to do this one time. It's one video, but I just got to show you the creativity of the beautifulness that is Bray Wyatt.
Who killed you?
You did.
Feed your head. Feed your head.
Every fan around the world was trying to figure out this White Rabbit shit, bro. Since it started. And Karrion coming back and then them starting playing it randomly at the show. If you guys didn't know, Karrion used to play, right? Used to be a character, White Rabbit. So that had some people off as well. Not me, bro.
Because I was there. No, I was there for one of them. For one of them, they did in LA where, during commercial break, Karrion and Scarlett were singing a song hinting at the White Rabbit. I'm like, who the hell's the White Rabbit? I'm like, Karrion, you're the White Rabbit because you were the White Rabbit in Lucha Underground.
Matter of fact, before I even get to the build up to the return, bro. Since being released and rumors starting that he may come back, he was one of the main reasons why people tuned into certain pay-per-views.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought he was really going to come back at Hell in a Cell. And pay-per-views before that. That's just him being rumored, bro. But when this White Rabbit stuff started, and you had that one thing, every fan had their one thing that was like, all right, that's Bray Wyatt, that's Bray Wyatt, that's Bray. You would just realize this is Bray Wyatt. Now enjoy the character work. Now enjoy his mind. All y'all thinking, oh, he's about to make a movie. Oh, he's making a movie right in front of your damn eyes right now. Because not one of y'all know if he gonna have a whole group of motherfuckers or if it's him doing some spice shit right now. Because it's just crazy. He don't got no matches, whatever, bro. Right now it's not needed, man. Because the potential is there. There's still a story that's gonna be long told, bro. And the returns that are rumored to be with him, Eric Rowan, Bo Dallas. You wanna say uplift? It's like, bro, and then the return. Come on, man. We thought it was over. We thought Extreme Rules was done, bro. Triple H did it. I didn't even know Triple H did such a thing. Maybe Lewis knows because it involved his favorite tag team with DIY. I didn't know that the logo was already put up, that him and Gargano was already at the stage, and then the turn happened. They did it at Extreme Rules. Riddle's at the ramp. The logo comes up. We thought it was over, bro. No Bray Wyatt. What the? Then the lights go out. And like if the man was there the other day, everybody with their phones out participating, bro, to be the Fireflies. And then you hear he's got the whole world. Bro, you can see it on the Chop Shop. You got my reaction, you got Lewis's reaction, then you got Desai's reaction. It's just, and then the build-up, bro. Like you saw the puppets, but they were real characters, bro. People were really dressed up. And that's why we're thinking, oh, it's the Wyatt Six. It could be real members. And then you got this weird dude. We don't know who he is, but he has this crazy mask. And it's like, bro, is that the dark side of Bray Wyatt? Like, what the fuck is going on? And then the door.
Rest in peace, Brody Lee.
A lot of us didn't know that until the report came up because we were blinded by the fact that Bray Wyatt's even there. The little shout out that he did to Brody Lee, beautiful. Because again, I posted this. The last time he was here was his match with Randy Orton, and he started that match doing a tribute to Brody Lee with the yeah, and that's how he left. And he came back with a tribute to Brody Lee again, bro. That alone, beautiful, man. And then we see this man coming out with the lantern, bro. It's just the buildup, and he has the mask, but we see all the other details, bro. We see the locks, we see the tats, but once he took off the mask, man.
Yep.
Everything that everybody told us was never going to come true. Everything we just didn't believe that was possible, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we're doing this today is all because of one man, bro. Triple H. He knows what we want, man. He knows what we want. He gave it, bro. I was hurt, man, because he didn't deserve it. Y'all want to say he's not that good in the ring? Fine. He got everything else.
Yep.
Randy Orton was trash on the mic back in the day, but he had it in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
He had the character.
Mm-hmm.
He just couldn't talk worth the shit, but he's still Randy Orton. He just started good on the mic. But we don't take nothing away from him. But y'all want to say, oh, he's not the best in the ring, but he got everything else, bro. Because on the mic, we're still trying to figure out, bro, is he talking to us or is he talking to himself? Because again, y'all got the QR code. If y'all called the phone number, y'all saw the psychiatric fucking paper that was there. Somebody told me call the number. Somebody said, no, not me. We haven't lost control. Then it said, no, not me. We haven't lost control. Bro, we don't know where the fuck this is going.
Hell no.
And like a lot of people told me, the last vignette he did, a lot of people are saying he wasn't even talking to us, bro. He could have been talking to himself in his own head. And it's like, this is just the beauty of Bray Wyatt, man. It's like, it's a movie. Again, it's a movie right in front of your eyes. And if y'all not enjoying it, I advise you.
Also want to bring up that Bray Wyatt's having everybody watch all three brands, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Why am I saying all three brands? I threw NXT in there because I thought Mercy the Buzzard was Grayson Waller. And now everybody in the group chat was like, whoa, what are you talking about, man? Like I can't see Grayson Waller in there. He just had a casket match against Apollo Crews at Halloween Havoc this past weekend. And me and Alex, we were in Zoom together. I don't know where the hell Alex went, but we were in Zoom together and we were talking about it. And I personally said, I don't like the way how casket matches are because they don't usually enhance characters. Mm-hmm. Grayson Waller lost a match and said, let me out on Twitter. Now you can say, he's probably saying let me out because he's in the casket.
I said it.
But Bray Wyatt's thing is let me in. Bray Wyatt's going to let him out to let him in. Bring him in as Mercy the Buzzard. Change his character. He's gonna play Mercy the Buzzard because I think casket matches should be character changes, and I think that was probably the best way to go about it with Grayson Waller, is to have him have that character change, lose in the casket match, and then get called up as Mercy the Buzzard. That's what I think. And not only that, but the night of Extreme Rules, he put like the pterodactyl shit or the dinosaur shit. Uh-huh. He tweeted that out. So I'm just saying, he's having everybody tune in. If you didn't see Halloween Havoc, you gotta watch it and understand what I'm talking about. Halloween Havoc was also a great event.
And like I said, oh yeah, it was amazing. And like I said, that's the thing. Right now, Lewis is on the side of basically the Wyatt 6 member shit, and I'm on the side of the different personalities. But it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, we both tuning in, man.
They're gonna come together. Watch, they're gonna come together.
And I don't care if I'm wrong. At the end of the day, whatever it is, it's gonna be dope, bro. Even Oscar could be a part of this. We don't even know because hasn't been on TV either. She could be repackaged. We don't know.
We don't know. Alexa could be part of it. We don't know about that either.
In both the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships.
Yeah. Same thing with Alexa Bliss. We don't know.
We don't know, and that's the thing. Whether you want to do the members or whether you want to do the personalities, it's gonna end with him. I don't care, bro, and I will fall on this, and I really do not care. This is gonna end with Bray Wyatt being the one to dethrone Roman Reigns. Whether y'all like it or not, I don't care. Because I'm just a man who loves storytelling and